திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஆடும் பரிவேல் அணி சேவல் என பாடும் பணியே பணியாய் அருள்வாய் தேடும் கயமா முகனை செருவில் சாடும் தனியானை சகோதரனே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, என் நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, ஏகம்பத்துரையந்தாய் போற்றி, பாகம் பெண்ணூறு ஆனாய் போற்றி, பராய்த்துறை மேவிய பரணே போற்றி, சிராப்பள்ளி மேவிய சிவனே போற்றி, அண்ணாமலையும் அண்ணா போற்றி, கண்ணாரமுத கடலே போற்றி, காவாய் கனகத்திரளே போற்றி, கைலை மலையானே போற்றி போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். அண்ட சராசரங்களுக்கெல்லாம் அதிபதியாக வழங்கக்கூடிய முருகப்பெருமானுடைய ஒப்பற்ற கருணையினாலே ஞானத்திரள் சார்பாக நம்முடைய கத்தார் அன்பர்கள் சரவணன் தம்பதியினுடைய நல்ல ஆதரவில் நாம் தொடர்ந்து த ஹோலி டெய்டீஸ் ஆஃப் சைவம் என்கிற தலைப்பில் ஆங்கில தொடர் நம்முடைய கடவுளர் பற்றி சிந்தனைகளை நாம் மேற்கொண்டு வருகின்ற அந்த பாங்கிலே தி லார்ட் முருகா என்கிற அந்த தலை 2வது அத்தியாயத்தில் நாம் தொடர்ந்து இன்றும் சிந்திப்பதற்கு திருவருள் கூட்டியிருக்கிறது. We described the various aspects of the deity details of Lord Muruga. We, as a matter of fact, we explained the real concept behind holding a jnana veil, a flag, and then the rooster, and then his vehicle, the peacock, and his spouses, Devayani and Valli. All these details we discussed in detail. Today we are going to see the various types of deities that are being worshipped in various temples. See, as a matter of fact, we cannot install any type of deity as we like for Lord Muruga. There are approved forms, how he can be depicted, how he can be formed in a statue or in a sculpture, how he can be formed and worshipped. There are certain rules, and we have to abide by those rules in installing Lord Muruga in the temples. Of course, they are agamas. They are called of course Karana agamas. These Karana agamas, as a matter of fact, they describe the various type of deities for Lord Muruga. Another type of agamas, Kamika agamas, and of course Amsumat Bedahamam, Amsada Bedahamam. Those books, they describe how Lord Muruga. See, basically, when we depict in what form he is going to be installed in a particular temple, so we have to take into account these two factors, very important. That is, how many faces and how many hands. These are the basic details for a deity. Depending upon the number of faces and number of hands, the details are different. The details are different. For example, he may be having a single face. Yeah, for a countenance, he must have two hands. Okay, in his two arms, what he will be holding, how he will be keeping those two arms, what are the details? See, we cannot, describe as we like. There are already approved descriptions available. Depending on those approvals and descriptions, we have to take our sculpture or statue, and that only can be installed. So, whenever we go to a Murugan temple, we may see that this sculpture or statue follows what rules, which Agamas rules. Then only those Agamas worship will be, or pujas will be carried out in that particular temple. See, if you go to Murugan temples, almost we will have a single countenance Lord Muruga deities with a single countenance. Of course, there are sub temples in which the primary deity, Moolavar, the deity, will have 6 faces sitting on a peacock with his 2 spouses. All those details may be available. But there are rules. When he has single countenance and 2 arms, what are the things that can be given in those 2 hands? What he will be holding in the 2 arms? It is very important. So, if he is having a single countenance and 2 arms, usually arm in the right arm and the left arm. The right arm, he will be holding either a lotus, or he will keep it as a blessing, Abbayam. This is called Abbayam, that is the blessing style, to bless the style, is it not? So, Abhaya Karam. So, either he will be holding a lotus or this Abbayam style. Abbayam means blessing style, or he may be holding a dandam, or he may be holding a veil. Veil, it will be in another form called dandam. If you go to Padani, you will not see there a veil. Instead, he will be holding dandam. He will be holding dandam in Padani. It is the Sakti, that is veil. People will say Sakti, instead of saying veil, the veil will be described as Sakti. Sakti means veil. Okay, so there are 5 types, altogether there will be 5 types in which he will be holding in his right hand and left arm. So, those 5 type of things are described and specific, and we have to follow only those 5 types of things. If he is having a single countenance, see, the pair will be like this. If he is holding a lotus in his right arm or right hand, then in the left hand should be in his waist. Ukkam சேர்த்தியது ஒரு கை. In Tirumurugattapadai, Nakkirar used to say, Ukkam சேர்த்தியது, Ukkam means in the waist. He will be having another arm in his waist. So, a hand may be holding a lotus, another hand will be in his waist. This is first set. Second set, he will be, the right hand will be a blessing style, The left hand, it may be in the waist, as we described earlier. It will be in the waist. In the second or the second type of posture. The second type of posture, the right arm will be in a blessing style. The left arm will be in his waist. In his waist. Okay. Now, what is the third type? Third type, in his right arm he may be holding a dandam. Dandam, it will look like a stick, but don't compare it to a stick. Jnana dandam, it is called Jnana dandam. That is why in Parani is called Dandayuda Bani. Why is called Dandayuda Bani? Pani means holding in a hand. Pani means a hand. You understand? Godanda Bani. If he is holding a bow, Godanda, it is called. So Godanda Bani, Ramar is called Godanda Bani. Pani means hand. So Dandapani, he will be holding a dandam in his right hand. What will be in his left? The pair should not be altered. It is the approved pair. The style posture, if he is having two hands, then the third type of posture is the right arm will be holding a dandam, the left one will be in his waist. So that is the third type of posture. Fourth one, he may be holding a veil in his right arm, and in his left arm he may be holding a vajram, another type of weapon, vajrayudham. Only with that weapon, vajrayudham, I will show you how it look like. Only with that vajrayudham, Singamuhasuran was sentenced to death by Lord Muruga. Lord Muruga killed him in the war only with vajram or kulisam, they will say. Fifth set, a single countenance with his right arm holding a veil or Shakti, and his left arm will be holding a flag with a rooster. Rooster flag will be holding. These are the 5 types of a single face with a single countenance and 2 arms. These are the 5 types. So if you go to any temple, if you see Lord Muruga with a single face and 2 hands, you can note only one of these 5 types of his hands holding details. The details of his hands, either it is holding a lotus, means the left automatically will be in the waist. So like that, these 5 types you can just notify. Agamam, they describe, they prescribe, as a matter of fact, these types. You understand? Now coming to the second type, suppose he may be having a single countenance but 4 arms. If he is having 4 arms, this is also very common. Very common thing is either a single face with 2 hands or a single countenance with 4 arms. Suppose if he is having 4 arms, what are the details in his 4 arms? Means his right hand side, the 2 arms will be most probably, there is about 7 types have been discussed and described. Out of the 7, 6 out of the 7, 6 types or 6 style with 4 hands is a hand will be always a blessing one. Out of the 2 right arms, isn't it? There are 2 arms in the right side, one will be blessing style in 6 style. And what about the other one? So if the right arm, first right arm is blessing style, means the second right arm will be holding a Shakti, that is veil. If is, then this pair will have, if this is the pair, then it must have the left hand side details, that is 2 hands on his left side. It should be like the Varadam. Varadam. Varadam means the palm will be showing the feet. The left arm will be showing the feet. You understand? This is called Varadam. This is called Abbayam. This is called Varadam. I don't know whether I am showing it correctly. அவ்வளோதான் வளையுது. This is Varadam. இது நல்லா வளையணும். அப்படி Varadam. அவருக்கு நல்லா வளைஞ்சிருக்கும். It should be bent properly. You understand? So Varadam means the palm showing the feet, Varadam. So left hand side 2 hands, isn't it? One showing Varadam, another one holding a Vajram. So this is the first pair, first style or first set. If there are 4 hands, you just notify. If you go to any temple, if the Lord Muruga primary deity is having 4 hands, then you may just see that out of the 2 right hands or right arms, one right arm will be blessing style, another will be holding veil. On the left side, the one left arm will be, palm will be showing the feet, that is a Varadam, and the second one will be holding, second left arm will be holding Vajram. This is the first approved set. What about the second? Second, once again I have already told you that on the right side almost all the styles, the one of the right arms will be always blessing style. So again one is blessing, another one is holding the beads garland, that is the Achamali, the garland with a Urdraksha. He will be holding. So as a matter of fact, Abbayam, Achamali. Abbayam means that is blessing style, and then Urdraksha. So these two are the right hand side. What about the left side? Left arm, one arm, as we have described in the first set, it will be Varadam, and another hand will be holding Kamandalam. This is the style of Brahmasastra. That is, Brahmasastra we are going to see when he was performing the duties of Brahman, when he put him under the cell, he executed the details or the duties, executed his duties with a single countenance. ஒரு முகம் கொடு சதர் முகன் போல் விதி செய்தான். Kanda Puranam says like that. So in that he will be having Achamali and Kamandalam as a set. One set is Abbayam and Varadam. One right, one left, Abbayam and Varadam. Another set, one Achamali, that is the beads garland, Achamali, and then another one, the Kamandalam, the small part, people will be, the saints will be holding with water inside. It is called a Kamandalam. Kamandalam, you must have a small pot like thing, the people will be holding, saints will be holding. It will look like a jar, more or less a jar, with a spout, Kamandalam. Only through the spout they will be pouring the water. You understand? Okay. Now that Kamandalam, he will be holding in the set. We have described 2 sets, isn't it? 2. What about the third one? Third one, again the same style, Abbayam and Achamali. It doesn't change from the second. What about the left side? Left side also, one is I want to repeat it. I do not know whether I have done it correctly for the third one. For the third one, Abbayam and Achamali on the right hand side. In the left hand side, I told you, in the left hand side, he will be having his hand in his waist. We are describing the third type. You understand third type. Second type, Varadam and Kamandalam. Third one is he will be having his hand, one hand in his waist, and the third and the other left arm as holding a Kamandalam. So, what is the difference between the second and the third one? Except the left arm in the waist. It will be Varadam, that is the palm will be showing the lotus in the second, whereas in the third one it will be in his waist. You understand? So, this is also called performing the duties of Brahma. Okay. Now, come to the fourth. We have described three styles. Fourth style, on the right hand side there are two hands. One right arm will be blessing style. The second right arm will be holding a veil, Sakti. What about the left hand side? One arm will be in his waist. Waist, you understand, waist. I want to be clear whether I pronounce it properly. I do not. You must not get confused. Waist, you understand. So he will be having his hand in the waist. And what about the other one? It will be holding the flag, Kukkudam, rooster flag will be holding. Okay. Now we have, so far we have seen four styles. Remaining are three. What about the fifth one? Fifth one, Abbayam. Abbayam means again blessing style, and then the right hand, one of the right hand holding a Sakti veil, okay, and then what about the left hand side? Left hand side, one will be on the waist, another one will be holding Kamandalam, the small jug, what you know, it will be holding. So, this is the fifth one. Come to the sixth one. Sixth one, again the style is blessing and holding a veil, doesn't get changed, okay. Right hand side, two arms, one is holding veil, another one is blessing style, okay. Then coming to this side, we are describing the sixth style, isn't it? One will be holding on the left hand side Achamali, that beads garland, he will be holding in his left hand, and another one is holding the rooster flag. Come to the seven. So, out of these seven styles, six, the right arm, one of the right arms will be blessing style. Only this seventh one, he will be holding a kadagam, another weapon, katkam, as a matter of fact, katkam. And the second one, right arm, he will be holding a veil. You understand? What about the left side? Left side, he will be holding a shield, kadagam, shield. Another left hand will be holding the rooster flag. You understand? So, for you should not change the pair. Left hand side, right hand side pair, you don't have any right to change. If you want to select one of the right hand side, then correspondingly the left hand side should be only taken and the sculpture should be made ready, or the statue should be made ready. So, these are all the rules we have to follow. So, don't think if you go to a temple, whatever they like they will have as a statue. Don't like that. Don't think like that. They are prescribed by the agamas. As I already told you, Karana Agamam, Kamika Agamam, they describe, they prescribe. So, only according to those rules they will depict the statue and they will install in the temples. Okay. Now, there will be 6 hands there will be 8 hands and there will be 12 hands. For a single face also there will be 6, 8, 12 hands. For that, for 6 hands, in the right hand side uniformly they will have, one is the blessing style, another one will be holding katkam, the third one will be holding veil. On the left hand side, one will be holding shield kadagam, another will be holding Achamali, and another one will be holding the rooster flag. This is standard 6. Wherever you go, if you see a statue of Murugan as the primary deity with the 6 hands, these will be the details. No deviation. No deviation is permitted. If you see a statue with a single face with the 8 arms, means then there are 2 types of this style. One, Vajram, Shakti, Abbayam, Varadam, Katkam, Kedagam, Banum, Dhanus. Dhanus means you just understand Dhanus. Dhanus means bow. So he will be, all these will be in his hands. Vajram, Shakti, Abbayam, Varadam, Katkam, Kedagam, Banam, Dhanus. Then the next type will be Batmam. Batmam means lotus. Vajram, Shakti, Abbayam, Varadam, Kedagam, Katkam, Pasam. The set. The first 4 will be on the right hand side, second 4 will be on the left hand side. So there are only 2 styles for 8 hands. There are only 1 style for 6 hands. Of course, if you have 12 hands, then the details are very clear, very clear. Only very few temples will have a single face and 12 hands. There are 6 types. Those 6 types are in the right arm, Shakti, Banam, Katkam, Dvasam, Gadai, Abbayam. Gadai. Shakti, Banam, Katkam, Sakkaram, Basam, Neetiya Kai. Shakti, Dvasam, Katkam, Sakkaram, Basam, Abbayam. This one set. I am talking about the right hand side, 6 arms. I am telling you 6 weapons on his right side. How 6 arms will be depicted. 4th one is Shakti, Dvasam, Katkam, Batmam, Abbayam, Banam. 5th one is Shakti, Vajram, Sakkaram, Asam, Angusam, Kathai. These are all the standard made. You cannot deviate. Shakti, Banam, Katkam, Abbayam, Dhanus, Kedagam. Correspondingly, on the right hand side, you must have Vajram, Dhanus, Kedagam, Tamarai, Sulam, Bharadam for the first one. Second one, Sakkaram, Sangam, Kukkudam, Dhanus, Tandam, Kalappai. You cannot select the second set in the left side and 6th set in the right side. You cannot select like that. Correspondingly, if you select the right side, corresponding left side should be chosen. If you choose the second, any left side, corresponding right hand side should be chosen and the statue should be made ready. The Sabadi should be given order, only correspondingly the details given here. Okay, so there are rules. Third one is Vajram, Dhanus, Kedagam, Kukkudam, Angusam, Bharadam. Vajram, Pasam, Kedagam, Dandam, Angusam, Bharadam. And then Sulam, Abbayam, Batmam, Dandam, Angusam, Bharadam. Sulam, Kukkudam, Sakkaram, Pasam, Sangam, Bharadam. These are all the 6 styles correspondingly we have described earlier for the 6 right side. So you just understand, he takes different forms. See, it is according to the willingness of the adiyars. He doesn't have any likes or dislikes. Only according to the likes of his devotees, he takes different forms. But they are according to some rules dictated by Agabams. You understand? So, we have described if the statue, if the sculpture or if the statue has two hands, what will be he having, or what are the styles of his hands, or 4 hands, or 2 hands, or 6 hands, or 8 hands, or 12 hands. So, it is very, very important whenever we depict Lord Muruga with a single face and these 12 hands details, we must be very, very, if you go to any temple, just if you have the details with you, you can just check on. It will conform to the specifications, definitely, no problem. Now, we are going to just see some forms, some standard, some forms which are very famous that we are going to see now. I am going to show you some pictures also. My beloved courtesy to Tiruvavaduduri Adinam, because we are going to use the pictures released by Tiruvavaduduri Adinam. They have also released one book on Murugan. There are various details in Tamil. Of course, in net also they have released the various forms of Lord Muruga. Now, today let me show you 1 or 2 or even 3 forms, and I will just try to explain the details. The first one is called, the name Lord Murugan here is called Sri Sakti Dharar. Sri Sakti Dharar. You just see that he is having a single countenance and 2 arms. A single countenance and 2 arms with a face and 2 hands. Look at those 2 arms. What are they holding? If you just see, in his right arm he is holding the Sakti. In his right arm he is holding Sakti. In his left arm he is holding Vajram. So, you just understand what does it depict, what does it indicate means. The 3 basic powers we have been discussing, that is Ichha Sakti, Kriya Sakti, Jnana Sakti. Ichha Sakti, that is our likes. Jnana Sakti, our planning. Kriya Sakti, our execution. So, these are the 3 powers. These 3 powers are indicated by his Vajram. So, he is having these 3 controlled powers to activate the souls to function in this world. First of all, the souls are they are brought into action. First of all, they are brought into action and they are allowed to act according to their likes and dislikes, and because of their likes and dislikes, the results are being fed to them, and because of the the fed results, it will have experiences, the soul will have experiences. Out of the experiences, it is a feedback factor, it will correct itself, it should correct itself. See, it is only a feedback. Whenever I do something, I get a result. According to the result, I will depict my future behavior. I will correct my future behavior. Is it not? It is the basic theory of functioning. Any man functioning, how he functions, how he plans, how he corrects himself, only out of the feedback. If he does not get feedback, there is no point in the life. So, understand whatever you get, it is only a feedback you are receiving. Already you have done something, the feedback is being fed to you. So, you must understand. So, these 3 powers are being supplied by Lord Muruga. So, it indicates. As a matter of fact, this form is called Jnana Saktidhara Murti. Instead of the left arm holding a Vajram, it will be resting on his thigh. This style is, if you can find in Tirthani Jnana Saktidhara, single face, two hands, one hand holding Vajram, another or Sakti, another hand, because that is why he is called Jnana Saktidhara. Another hand will be resting on his thigh. See, whenever he is resting on his, the hand is resting on his thigh, then you can understand that he is riding on an elephant. If you just note down any the rider, the elephant rider, when he goes on the back of an elephant, he will be holding one hand on his thigh. That is also described in Tirumuruga Tripade. So, if you go to Tirthani, you can just see there will not be any peacock, there will be only elephant in front of Lord Muruga. In front of the primary deity, there will be elephant. That is why he is having one hand on his thigh, like a pahan. I mean, one who drives or one who rides on the elephant. So, the sculpture detail or the picture details for Tanigai, for Tirthadi, the primary deity, is called Jnana Saktidhara Murti. It conforms to the specifications or the prescriptions of Jnana Saktidhara. You understand? Okay. Now, let us go to the second type of the sculpture, statue. It is called Kanda Swami. Again, we can just see it is very what we can call this very attractive. Why it is attractive means a single face, two hands. You understand? That is why he is very close. You can just feel that he is very close to you. You can approach him. You can talk to him. You can share your sorrows, your experiences with him. He is there to help you. He is there to help you. Likewise, he is having only two hands. See, he is having left arm on his waist. Ukkam serthiyadu oru kai. Notify his left hand. Left hand is resting on his waist, not on thigh. It is resting on waist. Ukkam serthiyadu oru. On the right side, he is holding veil. Single face, single countenance. Here Sakti is in the form of Dandam. Now please note, the Dandam is one of his weapons. It is also called Sakti or Dandam. It is only a veil in the form of Dandam. You understand? Dandabani. Sri Kanda Swami is the name of this type of his statue. In some temples, he will be standing like this in the standing posture. This is called Sri Kanda Swami. If the picture is to be depicted in a painting, his body should be shown in lotus red color. The people say like that. Actually, as a matter of fact, if you go to Palani, this is the situation, this is the posture he is having. He is having only two hands and single countenance and a very, very, very simple looking form. Palani Andi. This is called the Andi Kolam. Throwing away everything, all ornaments, everything. He just throws away and standing on his own. You just see, okay, this is Sri Kanda Swami. Now, if we come to the third posture, third posture is Sri Devasenapati. I am just taking the picture so that I can explain you. Sri Devasenapati. See how nice the picture. Here is Devasenapati, 6 countenances and 12 hands. 12 hands. He is holding on the right side the kulisam. No, sorry. On the right side he is holding Sakti and Maru and on the right hand side, on the left hand side I am not able to make it out, it is very small details. If you just expand, you can just see the details. I think this one is Maru called, and there is a sword and then Sulam, and then you are having on the right left hand side Kulisam you are having. On the right hand side, on the top one Vajram, and the left hand side is having Kulisam, and then a bow, and then a flag, and then the rope is having or a shield, I hope it's a shield, Kedayam, and then in his left hand side he is also holding a lotus. So I don't think I am just shielding. If you just see that on the bottommost left hand is holding a lotus, and above it is holding a Kedayam, shield. Okay. So it is very beautiful, and see 6 countenances with 12 hands, and mainly he is holding the veil. The veil is resting on his shoulder, and he is having one arm blessing tail, the blessing tail. By his side Devayani is there. She is also holding a lotus. This tail is called Sri Devasenapati. So, he is the captain of all the heavenly people. Here, Arumukham, 12 6 countenances, 12 eyes. All those 12 eyes will be visible. If you just see, the faces will be, you should be in a form that the 6 faces should be clearly seen with 12 eyes, of course. And if you just see there, the Abbayam, one hand is Varadam. Sometimes it is Varadam, or sometimes it will be holding Devayani on the left hand side. Here they described as Abbayam, Varadam, Sulam, Kedagam, Vajram, Dhanusu, Gadai, Mani, Kukudam, Panam, Tamarai. All these things, weapons is having this. And Sri Senapati is, we must understand that he was heading in the war, and he succeeded, and he as a matter of fact he killed Surabadman and saved all the heavenly people. And for Indiran, he got back his all his wealth and his power. So, that is why the heavenly people are claiming that the Lord Muruga is their captain. They will always worship him as Deva Senapati. Of course, he is heading and he is the God. He is the supreme God for all of them, because he got back every wealth they lost to Surabhadman. So, the third one is the Devasenadipati, and I don't think that can we go to the fourth one? Okay, we will go to the fourth one. It is called Sri Subramanyar. Sri Subramanyar. Altogether, I think that there are 13 of them. 13 of them. We will go slowly. We will go one by one. Just you have a look at the statue. Any one of them will be the primary statue in any temple, and you can appreciate, and also you may have a meaning in offering your prayer before Lord Muruga. Subramanyar. Subramanyar is being shown here in the picture you are seeing. Sri Subramanyar. Let me take the picture. Sri Subramanyar. Just see the out of the four hands, a single countenance and four arms. What are the details of the four arms? First of all, in the right hand side, let us take one right arm is a blessing style arm. That is, it is blessing, Abbayam. The second right hand side is holding a lotus. It's holding a lotus. Why it is a lotus on the right side? It is because Lord Muruga's two eyes, the right side eye is sun and the left one is moon. So, right side sun, the lotus will be always, it is blossoming because of the sun. So, it is being kept on the right hand side, and it is in his right arm, showing that those who come and worship him, their life will also be with full his blossom, with his bliss, and it will be under his care. It indicates. You understand? So, on the right hand side we have described these details. Coming to the left hand side, one arm is holding Shakti. One arm is holding the Shakti. See, Shakti will look like a veil, spear. It will look like, or sometimes it will look like, only is shown here as the three parts on the top. One is Ichai, another one is Kriyai, another one is Jnanam. Ichai, Kriyai, Jnanam. If you just see that, there will be three segments in the veil. It is called Shakti, and it indicates our desire, Aragam, and it indicates our Vidyai, Jnanam. It indicates our functioning or our execution style, that is Kriya. So, those three are seen in the Shakti, which is holding in his left hand side. One arm is holding Shakti. What about the other one? The other one is holding the rooster flag. The rooster flag. His lotus feet are very clearly seen, so that we must start looking at him, starting from the lotus feet, slowly going up. We must enjoy his style, we must enjoy his depicture, his sculpture, enjoy his painting, or we must enjoy his form. As a matter of fact, we are enjoying his form. It is because he has come down to that level. His original level is called Swarupam. If he is there itself, if he doesn't come, if he is not coming down, if he doesn't descend, we cannot ascend and reach him. We cannot go up and reach him. So the only way is that he will come down and he takes a form that we can see by our eyes and enjoy. You understand? Okay. So, and the right hand side a lotus and one hand blessing child, and the left hand side he is holding Shakti and another hand holding a rooster flag. You just understand the pair, right and left pair, right and left pair. One pair, the blessing style and another corresponding left hand is holding Shakti. Another pair, the next pair, the right side is holding a lotus, the corresponding left hand side is holding a rooster flag. So likewise you must see the pair. Any right hand side should correspond to the left hand side. So likewise the Sri Subramanyar, the form is described, that is the fourth one. We just described four forms: Sri Shaktidharar, Sri Kanda Swami, Sri Devasenapati, Sri Subramanyar. These four forms we describe. Shall we go to the fifth one? Yes, the fifth one, it is as a matter of fact, it is called Gaja Vagana. I do not know whether she will be able to take that Gaja Vagana immediately, but what she have brought, just a minute, Subramanyar, Saravana Bhavar. Okay, that is correct. No problem. We will have Gaja Vagana. Okay. The fourth one is Gaja Vagana. See how majestically he sits and rides on an elephant. He is sitting in this posture because then only we can see him in full. Otherwise, we may not worship him, or may not have the blessing to see him in full form. So that is why the details are shown like this, so that he sits on the elephant facing us. Okay. This is called 1, 2, Shaktidharar, Kanda Swami, Devasenapati, Subramanyar, and we have come to Gaja Vagana. Gaja Vagana, as I already told you, in Tirthani, his vehicle is only an elephant. If you just go over there and see, before the primary deity, you can see only an elephant. Of course, here it has been shown as our earthly elephant. As a matter of fact, it is a heavenly elephant. It should be in white. It is not in a grey color. It will be in white color, if I am correct. Because all elephants in the upper world, it will be in white color. Okay. See, he is sitting there with a single countenance, two eyes. What about the right, four hands? One is left hand. So I am not able to see properly from here. Let me take that picture here. I may be able to explain if I have a close look on the picture. Okay. Okay, now see on his right hand side, the two arms, one arm is a blessing style, is in blessing style, is it not? One, I am talking about the right, okay, right side, one is blessing, another was, another correspondingly the left side is Varadam. This, it is showing the feet, it is showing the feet, corresponding left hand side. So, it will be like this, it will be like this. I do not know whether it has been inverted here, because right is shown as left, left is shown as right. Okay, say this is right for me, right is right, okay, this is left, so it is like this. Am I correct? Okay. So, these two hands, if you just see the details, for the right hand side, one arm is in blessing style, corresponding left arm is Varadam. Varadam means showing to the feet. What about the next pair? One is holding Kulisam. One is holding Kulisam. It is a equivalent to holding Sakti. Kulisam or Sakti, they are one and the power, having one same power like Dandam. Corresponding left hand side, what is it holding? It is holding a rooster. See, without flag, its rooster itself has come there. So, he is having a rooster on the left side. This is called the Gaja Vagana. In sometimes we may have this sculpture in statues in some temples, Gaja Vagana. In paintings also we may see Gaja Vagana, some magnificent and majestic appearance of Lord Muruga on an elephant. Okay, so it is also very pleasing one. And shall we go to the next one? It is called very nice Saravana Babar. Saravana Babar. See, if you chant Saravana Baba Mandaram, he will appear before you only like this. If you recite Saravana Baba, he will come like this. He will appear before you like this. This is the form people want to see. Saints want to see. Oh, see there, saints and people, mentors, all those people, Madhavargal, Munivargal, they will worship this form. They worship this form. So, if you just see, let me take the picture. Sri Saravana Babar. Saravana Babar, needless to say that there are 6 faces and correspondingly 12 arms, 12 hands. What are the weapons or details about his arms? That is very important. See, Abbayam, correspondingly Varadam, Sakti, correspondingly Mani. Mani is just a bell. Bell is also one of the things he is holding. In Tirumurugattu, Padin Padumani Iratta, he will say, Nakira will say, he will ring the bell. That's what one of the hands, one hand will ring the bell. Don't worry, I am coming. It is indicating. Don't worry about that. Yogis will hear the sound that before Lord Muruga arrives, they will hear this sound. So, he is having bell. Dwasam means rooster flag. Dwajarohanam, in temple festival they will call it. Dwajam means a flag. Patmam, lotus he will be having. Kukudam, rooster. Pasam, that is the rope that is rope, he will just throw the rope and the hold any fellow trying to run away, he will just catch hold of him. Pasam, Dandam, Dangam, Dangam means the chisel, Dangam, Uli, Dangam, and then Banam, Banam means the arrow, he will be having arrow and Dhanusu, the bow. So these are all the things that he is holding in his hands. Now if you just see, I will try to show you, I do not know how to show that. All these pictures, all these weapons are shown separately also, that we will see later. And these 6 faces with his 12 hands holding these details, this picture, this type of, this style or this appearance, this form, many saints will beg for darshan, and they will be again and again chanting Sharavanabhava Mandiram, "Oh my Lord, please appear with your 6 faces and 12 hands, holding all these details, and give me one blessed darshan before my life ends." That will be their request, and this is one of the main sculptures or main deities in some temples. If you go to some temples, you can see this type of form for Lord Muruga. Now, I don't think the time will permit for next one, Sri Brahma Sasta. What is the next one? Kartikeyan. Saravanabhava. The next one is Kartikeyan. Kartikeyan also, if you just see here, Kartikeyan, I will take the picture because I will have a close look. Sri Kartikeyan. Sri Kartikeyan, the beauty of this form is he will be having 6 faces, but he will be having only 6 arms, only 6 arms. This type of with the 6 faces, they want to have a darshan, some saints, but they will be very particular in having 6 hands. So this one is very nice posture for Lord Muruga, and let us see the details of this. 1 minute, let me take this picture. Kartikeyan. So 6 countenances, 6 shoulders, Abbayam Varadam. Let us just see the details of their hands, that is the arms. One right hand side, one arm, blessing style, Abbayam. Correspondingly, the next one is Varadam, showing the feet. Catch hold of the feet, I will take care of you. That is the meaning of this Abbayam and Varadam. Catch hold of this, I will take care of you. That is the meaning. So he is having one set like that, one right hand side, another corresponding left hand side, and correspondingly the another one is holding kulisam. In his hand he is holding a kulisam. In his left, here on the right hand side he is holding kulisam. Correspondingly on the left side he is having a vajram. You understand? This is kulisam and this is vajram. Right hand side kulisam, left hand side vajram, vajrayudam. Understand? Again, the right hand side, one arm is holding a sword and correspondingly shield. Of course, isn't it? Valum kedayam. So the sword on the right hand side, correspondingly on the left hand side a shield. This form is called just a moment, Kartikeya, Sri Kartikeya. What is this color should be? Of course, the color is a pink here, it should be like that, it should be a golden color. It should be golden color also. Suppose if you want to paint a picture, means in what color he should be painted. Those details are also given in Aham. So, the color should be the midday sun, so yellowish, you understand. So, that color should be thought of. Okay, now we have described, I think we are coming to the end of this session. We have described the forms of Lord Muruga. We generally discussed about his forms, about the details of his hands. Here we discussed today Saktidharar, Kanda Swami, Devasenapati, Subramanyar, and then Gaja Vagana, Saravana Babar, and Kartikeya. There are some more forms to be discussed, which we will take up in the next class. And with this, I am closing this session with the chanting of 6-lettered mantra 6 times. I request you to kindly follow me. Tiruchitrambalam. Om Sharavana Bhava, Om Saravana 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 Bhava. Tiruchitrambalam. Tenadudaya Sivane Potri. I have to thank the Qatar couple, Saravanan couple, because they are the people they are responsible for promoting this program, and they are very particular in promoting the details of the forms of Lord Muruga, and also they want to continue this serial for other form deities of our Saivam. We are having the blessings of Lord Muruga and Lord Shiva. I think we can carry on the serial. And our next session will be on, if I am correct, on 5th. It is on Saturday, next Saturday, on 5th of June. We will continue this chapter, because we have seen only 5 or 6 forms. There are remaining forms, they also will be taken for discussion, and we will do it in our next session. With that, I am just closing down this session, and I request that be careful when you go out, wear the mask and take all the precautions, wash your hands, never get tired of washing your hands or wearing a mask. It means your life. So, let us take all precautions, and above all blessings of Lord Muruga and Lord Shiva will be there for us for full protection. Thank you, and we will meet in the next week. Tiruchitrambalam. Tenadudaya Sivane Potri, Ennattavarkum Iriva Potri, Vetrivel Muruganukku Arohara. Tiruchitrambalam.